Mayberry was never just a town, it was a feeling. A front porch at sunset, a nervous deputy, a father teaching his son right from wrong, and neighbors who felt like family. But more than 60 years later, time has changed the faces behind that comfort. Many beloved stars are now gone, yet their laughter still echoes through every street. This is the Andy Griffith Show, Then and Now, the real lives behind Mayberry. Andy Taylor was the heart of Mayberry, the sheriff who rarely needed a gun because patience was his real authority. He was played by Andy Griffith, born in 1926 in Mount Airy, North Carolina. Griffith was 34 when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, giving Andy warmth, wisdom, and quiet moral strength. Andy Griffith passed away in 2012 at 86. Andy Taylor remains unforgettable because he made kindness feel strong, steady, and deeply American. Beyond Mayberry, Griffith continued a long career and became beloved again as Matlock. But Andy Taylor became his defining legacy, a father, sheriff, and symbol of small-town decency that television has never fully replaced. Opie Taylor was the innocence of Mayberry, the little boy learning honesty, mistakes, friendship, and growing up from his father. He was played by Ron Howard, born in 1954 in Duncan, Oklahoma. Howard was only 6 when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, giving Opie natural sincerity and wide-eyed heart. In 2026, Ron Howard is 72. Opie remains beloved because he captured childhood before it became memory. Curious, honest, and full of questions that gave the show its emotional soul. Beyond Mayberry, Howard starred in Happy Days before becoming an acclaimed director and producer behind Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, Cocoon, and Frost Nixon. Opie Taylor became the beginning of one of Hollywood's most remarkable journeys. Aunt Bee Taylor was the warmth inside the Taylor home, the woman who made Mayberry feel like supper, advice, and care from the kitchen doorway. She was played by Frances Bavier, born in 1902 in New York City. Bavier was 58 when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, giving Aunt Bee tenderness, fussiness, and quiet strength. Frances Bavier passed away in 1989 at 86. Aunt Bee remains beloved because she made care feel ordinary, steady, and deeply comforting. Beyond Mayberry, Bavier had a long career in stage, film, and television, but Aunt Bee became the role that defined her for generations. Her legacy lives in every viewer who still remembers Mayberry as a place that felt like home. Barney Fife was the nervous deputy who turned tiny problems into grand emergencies. He was played by Don Knotts, born in 1924 in Morgantown, West Virginia. Knotts was 36 when the Andy Griffith Show premiered in 1960, giving Barney panic, pride, trembling confidence, and unforgettable comic rhythm. Don Knotts passed away in 2006 at 81. Barney remains iconic because he was insecure, ridiculous, loyal, and strangely heroic all at once. Beyond Mayberry, Knotts starred in films, sitcoms, and later became beloved on Three's Company. He won 5 Emmy Awards for Barney Fife, proving that foolishness, when played with heart, can become television immortality. Goober Pyle was the goofy mechanic who made Mayberry's garage feel like a comedy stop all its own. He was played by George Lindsey, born in 1928 in Fairfield, Alabama. Lindsey was 36 when he joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1964, bringing Goober overalls, impressions, innocence, and country silliness. George Lindsey passed away in 2012 at 83. Goober remains memorable because his foolishness never felt cruel. It felt harmless, cheerful, and full of heart. Beyond Mayberry, Lindsey continued the role on Mayberry RFD and became a familiar face on Hee Haw. Goober Pyle endures because Lindsey kept the spirit of small-town laughter alive for generations of fans. Floyd Lawson was the gentle barber who turned small talk into one of Mayberry's greatest pleasures. He was played by Howard McNear, born in 1905 in Los Angeles, California. McNear was 56 when he joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1961, giving Floyd slow speech, soft confusion, and unforgettable eccentric charm. Howard McNear passed away in 1969 at 63. Floyd remains beloved because his barbershop became a center of gossip, friendship, and Mayberry rhythm. Beyond the show, McNear had a strong radio career, including work on Gunsmoke. After a stroke limited his mobility, he still returned to perform, making Floyd's later scenes feel even more tender and quietly heroic. Helen Crump was the schoolteacher who brought intelligence, grace, and modern confidence into Andy Taylor's life. She was played by Aneta Corsaut, born in 1933 in Hutchinson, Kansas. Corsaut was 30 when she joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1963, giving Helen warmth, independence, and a firm edge. Aneta Corsaut passed away in 1995 at 62. Helen remains cherished because she was not just a love interest. She challenged Andy, taught Opie, and became part of Mayberry's emotional heart. Beyond Mayberry, Corsaut appeared in The Blob and later reunited with Griffith on Matlock. Helen Crump endures because Corsaut made love in Mayberry feel thoughtful, steady, and quietly strong. Howard Sprague was Mayberry's awkward soul, polite, careful, and secretly longing for something bigger than routine. He was played by Jack Dodson, born in 1931 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dodson was 35 when he joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1966, bringing Howard nervous charm and delicate comic timing. Jack Dodson passed away in 1994 at 63. Howard remains memorable because he made social awkwardness feel funny, tender, and completely human. Beyond the series, Dodson continued as Howard on Mayberry RFD and worked in theater and television. Howard Sprague endures because Dodson gave Mayberry a different kind of comedy, quiet, hesitant, and deeply relatable. Otis Campbell was Mayberry's town drunk, yet the show treated him with warmth instead of cruelty. He was played by Hal Smith, born in 1916 in Petoskey, Michigan. Smith was 44 when the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, giving Otis innocence, humor, and a strange kind of dignity. Hal Smith passed away in 1994 at 77. Otis remains beloved because he was flawed but familiar, accepted by a town that knew his weakness and still made room for him. Beyond Mayberry, Smith had a long career in radio, television, and voice acting, later becoming the voice of Owl in Disney's Winnie the Pooh. Otis Campbell endures because Smith made imperfection feel human. Clara Edwards was the fussy neighbor who brought gossip, pride, and small-town friction into Mayberry. She was played by Hope Summers, born in 1902 in Mattoon, Illinois. Summers was 59 when she joined the Andy Griffith Show in 1961, giving Clara sharp timing, nosy charm, and community texture. Hope Summers passed away in 1979 at 77. Clara remains memorable because she made Mayberry feel populated by real neighbors with opinions, rivalries, and habits. Beyond Mayberry, Summers worked steadily in film and television, often playing warm or fussy supporting roles. Clara Edwards endures because Summers made meddling feel funny, familiar, and strangely affectionate. Thelma Lou was the patient sweetheart who gave Barney Fife's nervous world a place to soften. She was played by Betty Lynn, born in 1926 in Kansas City, Missouri. Lynn was 34 when she first appeared in 1961, bringing Thelma Lou grace, sincerity, and quiet romantic warmth. Betty Lynn passed away in 2021 at 95. Thelma Lou remains cherished because she saw goodness beneath Barney's bragging, jealousy, and insecurity. Beyond the show, Lynn continued acting and later became deeply connected to Mayberry fans, even moving to Mount Airy, North Carolina. Thelma Lou endures because Lynn made patience, sweetness, and loyalty unforgettable. Gomer Pyle was the wide-eyed gas station attendant whose innocence made Mayberry feel even warmer. He was played by Jim Nabors, born in 1930 in Sylacauga, Alabama. Nabors was 32 when he first appeared in 1962, giving Gomer wonder, kindness, and catchphrases like "Goalie" and "Shazam." Jim Nabors passed away in 2017 at 87. Gomer remains beloved because his innocence was never empty. It was sincere, loyal, and full of joy. Beyond Mayberry, Nabors starred in the hit spin-off Gomer Pyle, USMC, and enjoyed a celebrated singing career with a rich baritone voice. Gomer Pyle endures because Nabors made simplicity feel joyful and genuine. Big Maud was the escaped convict who brought danger and wild comedy into Mayberry. She was played by Retta Shaw, born in 1912 in South Paris, Maine. Shaw was 50 when she appeared in the 1962 episode Convicts at Large, giving Maud toughness, menace, and perfect comic force. Retta Shaw passed away in 1982 at 69. Big Maud remains unforgettable because she turned fear into absurdity, especially opposite Barney and Floyd. Beyond Mayberry, Shaw became a familiar character actress in Mary Poppins, The Ghost and Mrs. Muir, and many sitcoms. Big Maud endures because Shaw made intimidation hilarious, bold, and larger than life. Ellie Walker was the modern pharmacist who brought intelligence and independence to Mayberry's earliest season. She was played by Elinor Donahue, born in 1937 in Tacoma, Washington. Donahue was 23 when The Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, giving Ellie confidence, compassion, and gentle assertiveness. In 2026, Elinor Donahue is 89. Ellie remains remembered because she stood beside Andy as an equal, bringing a fresh female presence into the town. Before Mayberry, Donahue was already beloved as Betty Anderson on Father Knows Best, and later appeared in The Odd Couple, Get a Life, and many classic series. Ellie Walker endures because Donahue made independence feel kind and graceful. Jude Fletcher was the elderly town figure who made Mayberry feel older than the camera could show. He was played by Burt Mustin, born in 1884 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Mustin was 76 when The Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, bringing Judd gentle humor, age, and porch-side authenticity. Burt Mustin passed away in 1977 at 92. Judd remains memorable because he represented the older generation still woven into Mayberry's daily rhythm. Beyond Mayberry, Mustin became one of television's most recognizable older character actors, appearing in Leave It to Beaver, All in the Family, and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Judd Fletcher endures because Mustin made age feel lively, witty, and full of history. Annabelle Silby was the long-lost wife whose return brought surprise, confusion, and emotion into Mayberry. She was played by Lorene Tuttle, born in 1907 in Pleasant Lake, Indiana. Tuttle was 53 when she appeared in 1960, giving Annabelle warmth, timing, and old-style character depth. Lorene Tuttle passed away in 1986 at 78. Annabelle remains memorable because she turned a brief guest story into something funny, touching, and human. Beyond Mayberry, Tuttle had already built a major radio career before working widely in film and television. Annabelle Silby endures because Tuttle made one surprise return feel like part of a whole life. Mayberry was fictional, but the comfort it gave viewers was real. Andy's wisdom, Opie's innocence, Barney's panic, Aunt Bee's warmth, and every familiar face in town still feel close, even after so many goodbyes. More than 6 decades later, many of these stars are gone, but their laughter and lessons remain. The Andy Griffith Show endures because it made kindness feel simple, funny, and worth remembering. Tell us in the comments, which Mayberry character stayed closest to your heart,